So let's start the class. In our last class, when I left the class, I was about to start equation of motion. So now we'll start equation of motion and we'll understand what is the meaning of equation of motion. And see, as you know that we have classified two types of velocities, right? One is uniform and one is non-uniform. Okay, so whenever you will talk about uniform motion means your velocity is constant, and if you will talk about non-uniform motion, then your velocity is not constant. So if your velocity is constant, then your acceleration a will be 0. But if you have non-uniform motion, means velocity is not constant, then your acceleration will not be 0. Now, in last class we understood there are only two causes they can make any velocity non-uniform. One is speed and one is direction. If any one will change, your velocity will change. It will not be constant at all. So we are considering now a special case. Okay, we are considering now a special case. In this special case, we are going to understand. Let me clear my screen. Actually, I think my screen is somewhat watery. I'm not able to. Just a minute. Be online. Actually, because of humidity, I get some kind of okay. So we'll go ahead. So consider a special case. Special case means actually here I have written special case. I will erase this. I will write again. Special case. Now see, in this special case we have to discuss equations of motion. Equations of motion. Actually, popularly there are three equations of motion. And I will explain them one by one. But first of all, I will take you here what kind of a special case we are going to discuss and for which special case we have these equations of motion. So let's bother about the special case first. So these equations of motion are limited for one condition, and that condition is motion must be happening on a straight path. Okay, so path must be straight. It can be horizontal motion or it can be vertical motion, but it must be straight. It means what? Direction should be constant. Are you okay with this? Yes, direction should be constant. Now you understand we have two things. One is speed and one is direction. So direction already we are making constant. So now only speed can change, which will be fundamentally responsible to change the velocity. So the combination of speed and direction we call as velocity. So if speed is being changed with time, then you will be having different velocity at different timing, correct? And you have two choice. Either your velocity will increase with time or your velocity will decrease with time, right? Okay, now if velocity is increasing with time, then you will be having acceleration. It means what? Your velocity is increasing. And if your velocity is decreasing with time, then same acceleration we call as retardation. So here we understand the word acceleration. Acceleration. So acceleration symbol is A, and if your acceleration is positive, it means velocity will increase, and if your acceleration is negative, it means velocity will decrease. And if your acceleration is positive, it means velocity is increasing. In this case, this is simply known as acceleration. But if your acceleration is negative, means velocity is decreasing, in that case you can have three names for this. You can say negative acceleration, okay, or you can say retardation, because your velocity is coming to zero, it is decreasing, so you will say retardation, right? Now see, let's have some feel about acceleration. Actually retardation is nothing but when velocity will decrease. For example, yeah, ask. Okay, now see, if you are considering that your direction is going to be constant, okay, then your speed will be your velocity. If you are considering your direction is constant, then your speed itself will be your velocity. But in 11th class you will understand there is something called vector. Okay, so the mathematics of vector, when I will teach you in 11th class, that time I will explain the exact difference what you are asking. If already we have a speed, then why there is need of velocity? If already we have velocity, then why are we thinking about speed and direction? So I mean to say, your speed and direction together affects the our daily life phenomena, right? In daily life, when you walk from one point to other point, your speed depends on distance, but velocity depends on displacement. So like from your home to your school, if you directly, you cannot go, you have to go with the some streets, or you have to cross some roads, you have to cross some houses, and then you have to reach the school, right? So in real life, actually you are using your speed, and actually you are traveling a distance in your real life. But you can also consider everything in terms of displacement. Like morning, suppose morning 9 a.m. you are going to school, and evening 5 a.m. p.m. you are coming back to home. So from same place you are leaving, and again you are coming back to same place, so your displacement is zero. But actually that is just a concept, that your displacement is zero. In real life you are wasting your energy, your money and everything, so that will not be zero, correct? It means in real life whatever we do on distance and speed. Okay, but velocity, why do we take velocity into account? The exact answer you will understand in 11th class after understanding vector. Okay, so right now we will not go into that, otherwise it will be little bit complicated. Not complicated, only thing is our syllabus will go more lengthy, right? So currently we will understand the three equations of motion, and I was about to teach you the meaning of acceleration, the physical feel of acceleration and retardation. So for this I will take two examples. Imagine there is a surface, earth surface, and you have a ball here in the sky at certain height of 200 meter, and you are just dropping the ball. Drop the ball. So when you will drop the ball, what will happen? This ball, actually you are not throwing the ball down. I am not saying you to throw the ball, I am just saying drop the ball. Drop the ball means from your hand you just leave the ball, don't throw the ball. Are you getting the difference between throw and drop? Yeah, I am not saying to throw, I am just saying drop. So actually what will happen, when you will drop the ball, then you will realize that after every second the velocity of the ball is increasing. It means when here, exactly here at this height, your velocity was 0, but after 1 minute, after 1 second, your velocity will be something, and again after 1 second your velocity will again increase. Again after 1 second, your velocity will again increase. Again after 1 second, velocity will again increase. So your velocity is not constant, velocity is increasing. Okay, so whenever velocity is increasing, we have to say another parameter, that is acceleration. So your acceleration. Okay, now suppose for example acceleration, just imagine that suppose after every 1 second, just imagine after every 1 second your velocity is increasing by 10 meter per second. Then again just after every 1 second, just imagine your velocity is increasing by 10 meter per second. Like exactly at this point you had zero velocity, just after 1 second your velocity increased and it became 10 meter per second. Then after another 1 second your velocity became 20 meter per second. After another 1 second your velocity became 30 meter per second. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, after every 1 second your velocity is increasing. So by how much amount your velocity is increasing per second? By 10. Yes, it means what? 10 meter per second velocity. See, meter per second is the unit of velocity. So 10 meter per second velocity is increasing per second. It means what? 10 meter per second square. 10 meter per second square. Try to understand what is this. This data is 10 meter per second is your velocity and that is increasing per second. So just try to understand how can I write meter per second square. So 10 meter per second divided by second. So 10 meter per second I am writing here and this by second I am writing here. Okay, because per second means in every second. Per second means in every second. Yes, per second means every second. Just a minute, I think my Apple Pencil is not charged. I will just put in charge. It will take 2 minutes. It will be charged. Let me check. Oh, it is not even 1%. Actually, I took a lot of classes and because of that. So okay. So I am just trying to say that your velocity is actually 10 meter per second. Understand here, this is 10 meter per second. So if this part is, understand, this part is 10 meter per second. What is 10 meter per second? It is the velocity, but this velocity is increasing every second, right? This velocity is increasing every second. So actually this per sign is the division sign. Whatever is happening, that is happening in 1 second. So that's why we are using division sign. It's like 10 meter per second velocity is increasing in every 1 second. So that's why I'm writing 10 meter per second. So 10 meter per second I am dividing by per second, by second. Why I am dividing by second? Are you getting the logic? Per second velocity is increasing. So per second how much velocity is increasing? So you cannot write 10 meter. Why? Because meter is the unit of length. We are not talking about meter. We are talking about velocity. So meter per second is the unit of velocity. So I mean to say that 10 meter per second is your velocity. Now this velocity is increasing per second. Per second means in every second. So if you will solve these two, like meter per second divided by second, so it will become meter per second square. How? Let me explain. See, meter per second. So actually you write like this, meter per second whole divided by one more second. You remember I taught you like this, a trick, A by B by C by D. This you can write as, this A by B you write as it is, A by B, and then this division sign you write into multiplication and then you reciprocate this, so it will be D by C. Now you can multiply A and D together, so it will be AD, and you multiply B and C together, so it will be BC, right? In same way this is your A by B and this is your C by D. D is 1 because D is not mentioned, so you consider D as 1. So your meter per second into 1 by second. According to this concept, I can change this division sign, right? So this will reciprocate like that, like d by c. Ask. Right. Actually, we don't want to find out the total answer. Whenever you are finding out total answer, then only you multiply. We are just trying to understand in 1 second how much velocity is changing. In 1 second, how much velocity is changing. For example, okay, I'll come to that. This second and this second, if you multiply, it will be second square. So meter per second square. This total meter per second square is going to be your, and this m and this one, if you multiply, you will be getting m. So m in meter. So meter per second square will be unit of acceleration. Now imagine this thing. If I am saying that on a road, suppose there is any car and this car is going in this direction, and suppose this car is going with the speed of 4 meter per second. Like when you started seeing the car, exactly at this point the speed was 4 meter per second, but when the car was going in this direction, you realized that car is not moving with constant velocity. You realized that car is moving with some acceleration, and someone told you that acceleration is 2 meter per second just a minute, per second square. Someone told you that acceleration is per second square, meter per second square. What does it mean? Acceleration is 2 meter per second square. What does it mean? Meaning is, you see, what is the meaning of this? This is nothing but 2 meter per second per second. It means what? In every 1 second, your velocity will increase by 2 meter per second. It means what? Just after the motion will start, after 1 second, you will be having a new speed, that will be 6 meter per second. Then again after 1 second, you will be having another speed, that is 8 meter per second. Then again after 1 second, you will be having 10 meter per second. Do you understand this logic? Yes. Why? Because in every 1 second, your velocity is increasing. So this is the physical meaning of acceleration. Okay. Okay. Now just opposite meaning, retardation. Retardation means your velocity will decrease by same amount, whatever is given in the answer. I will change the page. Suppose if you want to understand the retardation, then in the beginning itself you have to consider your object is in motion. So suppose there is a road, and on this road there is any car, and this car is going with velocity, suppose 50 meter per second. So this is a straight road and car is going with 50 meter per second. So this 50 meter per second, and later you are realizing that not only constant speed, I mean car is not having constant speed, the speed of the car is decreasing. You are realizing that speed of the car is decreasing. So you will ask the driver or someone that what is the retardation then? Then suppose if he is saying that ma'am, retardation is minus 5 meter per second square. Acceleration, if he says like minus 5 meter per second square. So if he is saying acceleration is minus 5, then automatically you will understand, okay, it is the retardation value, right? Okay. Now if this is retardation, yes, very good. It means what? After 1 second, your velocity will decrease by 5. So you will be remaining with 45 meter per second. Then after again 1 second, you will be getting new velocity, that is 40 meter per second. So you can see we are approaching which side? We are approaching towards 0. I mean after some time your vehicle will come to the rest. Rest means stationary. Right? Now you see, now you come to the first page. If your acceleration is 0, then of course your velocity will not increase or decrease, correct? But if your acceleration is not 0, then it has two choices. Either it can be positive or it can be negative. If it is positive, it means it is velocity is increasing. If it is negative, it means velocity is decreasing. Anyway, in both the cases, velocity is not constant, right? Okay, and because we are about to understand equation of motion, so we have to consider a special case, then only we can discuss equation of motion. And what was that special case? Come to second page. Our path must be straight line. You cannot apply equation of motion if you have curved path, if you have circular path, or if you have any other path. Okay, if you have journey, then in the journey your path must be straight, like here to here straight, correct, here to here straight, correct, here to here straight, correct. I mean, if you have a straight path, then only you can apply equation of motion. Can you apply equation of motion on two different paths, like here to here and here to here and here to here? Yes, we can apply, because they are all are made up of straight paths, right? Okay, now understand. So what you have to summarize in this topic? You have to summarize, first thing, acceleration can be positive or negative. I mean, because velocity is not constant, so it can increase, it can decrease. For example, suppose there is someone in the family, and the person is getting constant salary per month. So if the salary is constant, then salary will neither increase nor decrease. But if the person is doing business, then the income may increase, or maybe next year income may decrease, maybe next year income may increase, maybe next year income may decrease, right? Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to recall, that I mean try to connect. Your acceleration itself can be positive or negative. If it is positive, then you will say the name as acceleration. If it is negative, then you will say the name as retardation. In retardation, velocity will definitely decrease, Okay, now to understand this, I took a example. In this example, I took a ball here, right? And this ball is actually falling down, and I am just dropping the ball. And because I am just dropping the ball, so it's like I am not throwing the ball. So ball will start with zero velocity in the beginning. And because we are considering that this phenomena is happening on Earth, our Earth, EARTH, our own Earth, like the ball is falling on the Earth, then you know one very beautiful fact, our Earth will give you, our Earth has gravity, and because of that, Earth gives you automatic acceleration, and that acceleration is 10 meter per second square. Like this much is acceleration offered by Earth to every object. Either one small coconut will fall, or the entire very big very big aeroplane will fall, or something else will fall, does not matter. For every object, yes, ask. Per second square. Okay, I got your doubt. So you already know that point. Okay, very good. Actually, the exact value of the acceleration is 9.81 meter per second square. But because this data is very close to 10, so that's why we consider 10 meter per second square. Now, which one you will use? You will use 9.81 or you will use 10. So if in the examination they have told you to use 9.81, then you have to use 9.81. But if they have not given you exact data, then for simplicity you can use 10, just to avoid some complicated multiplication and division, like no need to go for the decimal, then you can use 10. No. Acceleration is different, Newton is totally different. Newton is the unit of force, and meter per second square is the unit of acceleration. So see, there is something called acceleration and there is something called force. Acceleration and force, they are two different things. In this chapter, I am teaching you acceleration. In future, in upcoming chapters, I will teach you about force. Not only force, acceleration, force, moment, momentum, impulse, torque, lot of things. Okay. So currently you understand about acceleration. Are you clear about acceleration now? Okay. So now see, In my previous example, the ball was falling and velocity was increasing because earth is pulling the ball, and earth is offering you 9.81, or simply you can say 10 meter per second square acceleration. It means after every second your velocity will increase by 10 meter per second, no doubt in that. Just opposite case you consider to understand retardation. I am changing the page. Suppose you have again same earth, but this time you have a ball here or any object here. Now this object you want to throw up. So if you want to throw this object up, then in the beginning you will throw by your hand. Then suppose this is your hand, and in your hand you have taken the ball here, and the moment when ball will leave your hand, the ball will be having some velocity. So suppose just below this you have your hand and you are throwing the ball up, and the ball is going up. So the moment you will lose the ball out of your hand, at the same moment you will give the maximum possible velocity to the ball, and ball will start going up, and after some time ball will reach to certain height and its velocity will be 0. So in your hand velocity will be maximum, and the moment ball will come out of your hand, velocity will keep on decreasing 0. And some students think no, they think in this way. They think in the beginning for certain height velocity will increase, and after certain height velocity will decrease. No, it is totally wrong idea. Velocity will keep on decreasing from the beginning itself, from your hand itself. I mean, hand means when there is gap. I mean, when the ball will come out of your hand. Are you getting my logic? Yes, the moment the ball will come out of your hand, from the same time velocity will keep on decreasing, and that's why decreasing continuously there is decrement, and you will be getting 0 velocity at a particular height. Because earth is pulling you down and you are trying to go up, that's why. So suppose you are free to come down, that time you want to come down and earth is also pulling you down. You are also trying to come down and earth is also pulling you down. So because of that nature, your velocity will keep on increasing while downward motion. But just opposite is happening in upward motion. In upward motion, ball is trying to go upward but earth is pulling downward. That's why velocity is decreasing. Are you getting? Yes. So that's why if you want to go out of the earth, you need a constant force. So that I mean to say, suppose this is your earth and you want to go out of the earth, then you need a rocket, because rocket will constantly supply force in upward direction. That is called thrust. So your rocket will constantly supply thrust, so that you should not come back, your velocity should not decrease. If there is, because earth is pulling you, right? Earth is pulling you. So if you will jump, you will come back to the earth. But if you have rocket, then rocket will support you. You will keep on going up. Okay. So yeah, all these things. So now see, actually we have a trick to remember all the 3 equations. So our new heading is going to be equation of motion. Equation of motion. So in equation of motion, you have first motion. V is equal to U plus AT. Then you have second equation. I will explain everything, don't worry. S is equal to UT plus half AT square, only T square. Then third equation, V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Okay, now you can see in all the three equation, your first term is made up by U. So what is U? Okay, you can also see in your all the 3 equations, you can see in the second term you have acceleration, right? And you can see here you have V, here you have V. You can see here you have S and here you have S. You can see here you have T and here you have T. I mean, only initial velocity and acceleration, only these two people are present in all the three equations. Okay? But remaining three people, remaining three means V, S, T. These people are not present in all the three. They are present in two equations. S is present in second equation and third equation. V is present first equation, third equation. T is present first equation, second equation. Okay, what I mean, let me arrange all these circles so that I can explain something. Just a minute. Okay, so first thing, how many total variables we have? So total 5 variables we have in all the three equations, but every equation contains 4 variables. Like in this equation also you have 4 variables, in this equation also you have 4 variables, in this equation also you have 4 variables. So how will you remember these 5 variable lifetime? So to all my students, I teach in this way. There is a small trick. You remember Utsav. Now you can see Utsav. You have Utsav means festival. It is a Hindi word. Utsav means festival. UTSAV. Only these 5 people are present in all the three equations. I will introduce you now what is U, what is V, what is A, what is S, what is T. So see, A you already know. A is acceleration. T you already know. T is time. S is the distance traveled. Okay, how much distance you will travel, that is your S distance. Now what is your V, what is your U? So your U is initial speed and V is final speed. What does it mean? I will change the page. See, yeah, T is time, S is distance, and U is initial speed, or you can write initial velocity. You can write both. Okay, initial speed or initial velocity doesn't matter because direction is same. So you write U is initial speed, V is final speed. A already understand, acceleration, T is time, and S is distance. V is final speed or final velocity. See, what is your U? U is initial speed. What is your V? V is final speed. And what is your S? Distance traveled. Yeah, how much distance you are traveling. And what is your A? Well known, acceleration. Yeah, what is your T? T is time. So all the 5 variables I have arranged in this way. Utsav. So now see, total 5 variables you have. Okay, in this chapter, total 5 variables. Now these 4 variables are arranged in 3 equations. Okay, it means you can see the equation. Ask. Yes. Actually, in the entire world, whenever you have a straight line motion means motion is happening on the straight line. I mean direction is not being changed. So all that motion you can find out the values by using these 3 equations. Okay, we will solve so many questions and so many numericals so that you will understand clearly what kind of questions we are going to understand. It is very easy chapter, very easy, but if you will not understand properly, then it will be difficult chapter. So concept is very important. Okay, so I will take one small example. See, mostly students are able to understand what is A, what is T, what is S, but students will be confused while judging the initial velocity and final velocity. Okay, now so I will change the page. Now from this page I will So suppose there is a question. Now I am taking a question. Now in this question I will write the question so that suppose take the question. A car is moving on a straight line it is moving with acceleration. Complete spelling acceleration. Actually in short I write a double c power n, like it is my habit to write a double c power n. Yeah, acceleration. When you will join engineering or something na, students write like this. If they have to write relation, they will just write relation. If they have to write power n, like shun means whenever shun or this kind of thing will come, they will just jump the power n. So that like it is kind of habit. So acceleration. So if they have to write equation, they will write like this, eq power n, equation, like this. So whenever shun type of thing is coming, zun, shun, this will come, they will not write this, only the eq, like after that n, so that they will understand, okay, equation. Yeah, but actually this kind of practice is going on everywhere. Okay, so moving the okay, it is moving with acceleration of 2 meter per second square and started from rest. What will be its final velocity after 9 seconds? Copy down the question. Very good. Now see, you understand and feel the question. What is the question? Car is moving on a straight line. Okay, so a straight line is mentioned. Okay, it means we can apply equation of motion. Now it is moving with acceleration. Okay, so acceleration is how much? 2 meter per second square. So in the solution you just take down data. So you just write given data. In the given data your acceleration is given as 2 meter per second square. Now what else is given? And it is also mentioned started from rest. Do you understand what is meaning? It means what? In the beginning. Rest means it started from zero velocity. So it means what? In the beginning initial velocity was 0. Okay, in the beginning initial velocity was 0, and they are asking what will be its final velocity after 9 seconds. So final velocity they are asking, it means v is equal to what, and time is equal to 9 seconds. Okay, so you can see what are the data is given. A U V T, right? So you have three equations of motion. V is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Now see, within 2-3 days you have to mug up this equation. Okay, all these three equations. V is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So you can see in which equation all these four variables are coming. Can you check? No, u plus at. Yeah, that is your first equation. Okay, so this is called first equation of motion. This is called second equation of motion. This is called third equation of motion. Always remember, you cannot shuffle their names. You cannot say this as second equation of motion. No, wrong. You cannot say this is your second equation. No. In this order itself, the names are given. This is your first equation of motion. This is your second equation of motion. And this is your third equation of motion. Okay. Okay. So see how I have taken the data. This data was given in the question. So in any question, whenever you are solving motion chapter, whenever you are reading the question, you try to understand what are the data given. So 4 data is given. Given data is 3 and unknown data is 1. So that is V is unknown. Okay. Okay. So I will ask. No, in some question they may ask the acceleration. In some question they may give acceleration. It depends on the question. Like in this question itself, if I will say that what will be the acceleration if your final velocity is some 15 meter per second, like I can change the question, right? So one, like, main motto is minimum 3 data must be given. Minimum 3 data must be given, then only you can find out fourth one. Okay, because one equation contains 4 data. So if 3 data is given, then only you can find out the fourth data. If they are giving only 2 data, then data is insufficient. Data is not sufficient to solve the question. Okay, so now you can see what will I do. I will just choose my first equation. Okay, so I will just write here. So I will just write here, choosing first equation of motion. What is that? V is equal to u plus at. So substitute the values here. V value they are asking, let it be V. U value is 0, so put the 0 here. A value is 2, so put this 2 here. And T is 9 seconds, so put here 9 seconds. So this total is 0 plus 18, so this became 18. And unit wise if you check, so what is the unit? Acceleration was in meter per second square, time was in second. Okay, so you see here 80 is there na, 80. So if you check what is the unit of A, meter per second square. What is the unit of time? Second square, second. So 1 second and 1 second will get cancelled, so you will be getting meter per second. So that's why either you have, okay, yes, I'll explain again. Did you understand the solution part? Okay, now understand the unit part. I'll explain the unit now. See, V is equal to u plus at. Whatever unit will be for this, same unit will be for this and same unit will be for this. Okay, so always remember, if you have velocity, either initial velocity or final, does not matter, both velocities will be having meter per second, okay, as their unit. So you can, I am trying to say that even this guy is having same unit, meter per second. How? You can see acceleration into time. Acceleration is having unit meter per second square and time is having unit second. So 1 second you can cancel with square second, I mean 1 second, right? So meter per second will be remaining. Actually see, this meter per second square is nothing but meter by second into second, and this extra second is here. So you can cancel 1 second with 1 second, so the remaining meter per second will be there, right? Yes. So we got our meter per second. So this term, total term, will be having unit meter per second. This will also be having unit meter per second. This will also be having unit meter per second. Always remember, they cannot have different units. So they will be having same unit. So you got your answer as final velocity as 18 meter per second. Okay. So it means what? If you understand the physical feel of the question is like, in the beginning your car was in rest, and slowly speed started increasing, and after 9 seconds it became 18 meter per second. So it's like, if I'll make sound like how the speed is increasing, then it is like, Are you getting? Yes, it's like I will try one more time. It's like 1 second, like this. Velocities keep on increasing. Every second velocity is increasing. This kind of. Okay. So this, very good. If they are decreasing the velocity, then just this minus sign, I mean this acceleration will be negative acceleration. So if you put negative here, then this plus will be minus. Okay, that is next question. I mean there are so many questions we will tackle one by one, all questions we will tackle. Okay, so see, and imagine if you have retardation, then in case of retardation, what kind of sound will come? Retardation means already your vehicle will be having motion, already it will be at a certain velocity, and now you are applying the brake, so velocity is decreasing, so it will like this. Yeah, yes. So it's like there are so many examples, you can understand how the velocity is increasing and how the velocity is decreasing, right? Very good. So we got here v is equal to u plus at as our first equation, and we saw the example also. Okay, write down this answer, 18 meter per second. Take down. Very good. Now see, we'll take one more question. Okay, now see, same, a car is moving with initial, no need to write initial velocity, I will simply write a car is moving with velocity 10 meter per second. Don't put square by mistake, no, because velocity is in meter per second. A car is moving with velocity 10 meter per second. It has acceleration of 1 meter per second square. What will be distance traveled after 20 seconds? Copy this question. Very good. Now let's feel the question. They are saying a car is moving with velocity 10 meter per second. It means what? Suppose there is any car. This car is actually moving with how much? 10 meter per second square. Sorry, per second. But they are also mentioning it has acceleration of 1 meter per second. It means when the car will be having acceleration, then its speed will not be 10 meter per second. Its speed will keep on increasing. It means what? After 1 second, after certain time, your velocity will keep on increasing. It means automatically the given velocity became initial velocity. And your acceleration became 1 meter per second square. So this symbol is u and a symbol is 1 is a, and time is given as 20 seconds. It means they are saying that in 20 seconds how far you will go with this much initial velocity and with this much acceleration in t is equal to 20. Okay, how far you will go. So how will you solve this question? So for that you will do like this. You write down solution. Okay, so first you write given data. So what are the data is given? So your initial velocity is given as 10 meter per second. Your acceleration is given as 1 meter per second square. Your time is given as 20 second. and no doubt they are asking distance traveled is what. Okay, so now you see what are the four values given, and these four values matches in which equation. So you have first equation, v is equal to u plus at. Which equation? ut plus half at square, and v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, so we can choose our second equation. So let's choose second equation, and in second equation we can find out our s value. So s is equal to, what is your initial value, initial velocity? 10. So u value is here, you put 10 here, and then you multiply with time. Time is 20. Time is 20. Then you put plus sign or minus sign. Acceleration is given, so plus sign. So plus sign. Half into acceleration is 1 into time is 20. So 20 square. 20 square is 400. Okay. 20 square is nothing but 2 into 2. So 2 into 2 is 4, and then 2 zeros. 20 square is 400. Okay, 400. Now you can see, you can cancel this 400 by this 2. So it will be 200. And this multiplication 1, no problem. It will be 200 only. So, and this 20 into 10 is again 200. So we got 200 here and plus 200 here. So total 400 meter. Add them. So you got s is equal to 400 meter. Are you clear now? Very good. So now here again one point. How can you write meter here? Okay, because this is the distance. So unit should be meter. Okay, let's understand how the unit is coming meter. For that I will change the page. First you copy down. Very good. See, ut plus half at square, this is u, s. So this u is having unit meter per second, and this time is having unit second. So this second and second, if you will cancel, you will be remaining with meter. So this part is giving unit as meter. So definitely this part should also give you meter. Let's check. So 1 by 2 is number, it is not having any unit. After that a is having meter per second square, and after that you have time square. Time square means second square. So you can cancel second square and second square. So again you got meter. Okay. Yeah, meter per second square. Yes, acceleration is having unit always meter per second square. U and v, they both have unit meter per second. Time is always second, and distance is always meter. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, then I will give you one question, and then all the previous homework and today's homework you try to solve in your free time. Okay, take the question. Take the question. An airplane is flying in a straight direction and it is covering and straight direction with velocity 200 meter per second. It travels 3 kilometer and velocity becomes 800 meter per second. What is the acceleration of the aeroplane? So this is your Question mark. This is your question. Okay, we'll stop class today.